All right, I've been asked to document how I make art. So I got an art opening coming up in April in the Palm Desert there by our friends, the Delaras. And I'm making a collaborative piece to send to Drew, who he and I are having the art opening together. So what it is, I went to Drew's Instagram and I pulled this off there and I put a crazy mouth on it. And then there's the car that we decorated in Miami. And then I added a train. So I got my projector on the ground, my iPad where I made the image, and then I made it a drawing that I can copy. So what I'm gonna do is paint this just as you see it, but I'm not gonna add any flair. That way when Drew gets a hold of it, he can, write on the book, do something cool on the train, do some cool stuff on the car. And this is gonna be our collaborative piece. So this is what I'm sending him. So this is how I get started. I got it on the wall with some screws, just barely holding it up there. And then somewhere, I've laid down the marker. Pause. It was in my pocket. Try to keep my arm out of it. So I'm gonna follow this lines. When I use the one-shot paints, I use enamel paints. So I don't have to get this absolutely perfect because I can fix it with the paints and then the other markers whenever I'm done. But this is kind of what I wanted to do here. Kind of make it a coloring page. Easy for me to outline. Yeah, I missed that line. Too busy talking to you. And then I just trace the whole thing. And then let me show you when I'm done. All right, I got it under the marker. So the next step I do is I kind of just walk in front and see if I missed anything using my shadow to block the light. Feels pretty good. So I only like to turn this thing on once, because they're so freaking expensive. All right, let's take a look at it. I feel pretty good about it. Here, let me turn it around. All right, so we're gonna leave that plain. I mean, we're gonna paint it, but paint it plain, paint it plain. All this is gonna be painted, but plain. And that way Drew has the opportunity to fill it in. So I'm gonna mail this to him as soon as I get done. That way he has plenty of time to work on it. It is 48 inches by 40 inches. And I'm gonna drop the flyer here after this video so you can see about the flat black shop that we're going to there in the Palm Desert. So I was out for a demolition derby in the Palm Desert with my friends, the Delaras, and I needed some spray paint. And if you know me, I'm always trying to find a place to show my artwork. So I'm like, I love hanging out in the Coachella Valley. I think it's totally awesome. It's a great place to make my sculptures. And, I want to be more part of it if I can. So what I've done is hooked up with Pete there at the Flat Black Art Supply. They have a gallery in their shop. The shop is on the mall. It's in the Palm Desert. It's really beautiful. And so I was telling my friend Drew here from Los Angeles, hey man, let's see if we can do an art show together. So that's kind of how it laid out. Thankfully, they messaged me back and we're okay with it. So April 7th and 8th, 2023, we're gonna have an art opening and I hope I'll see you there.